Why do saxophone players have such an obsession about mouthpieces, ligatures and reeds? And does the choice really make such a big difference? Well, I'm hoping with a little help from some recordings to show you what difference the mouthpiece can have on the sound that you produce. When a saxophone player talks about their setup, they're usually referring to their mouthpiece, ligature and reed choices, of which there are almost endless combinations. I play on 2 different mouthpieces and reed combinations, and depending on the music that I'm playing, depends on which mouthpiece I actually use. And it's not unheard of for me to actually swap between those mouthpieces within a single performance. That is usually in the saxophone quartet that I play in, because we play quite a wide range of repertoire. So we play some jazzy stuff, but we also play some of the classical French repertoire that needs quite a specific classical sound. For my jazz setup, I play a 6M D'Addario Select Jazz marble effect mouthpiece with a D'Addario H-Lig and strength 3M D'Addario Select Jazz reeds. Now that's quite a mouthful, so I've added all of that information in the description below. Just one quick note on the marble effect. I did try the plain coloured jazz mouthpieces, and in my opinion, the marble effect makes absolutely no difference in the sound. I just think it looks pretty good. For my classical setup, I use the D'Addario Reserve mouthpiece, again with the H-Lig and strength 3 D'Addario Reserve reeds. Just to give you an idea of the journey that I've been on with my mouthpiece selection, I've had lots and lots and lots and lots of different setups in the past. Before I was using the D'Addario setups, I used to play on a Van Doren mouthpiece for my classical playing and a Morgan Excalibur for my jazz. And when I tried the D'Addario mouthpieces, I found that I had both the control and the flexibility that suits my playing. But I'm not saying that that journey that I've been on is going to be right for everyone. So please go out there and try as many different mouthpieces as you can for yourself. So let's have a listen to what these mouthpieces actually sound like. First of all, let's hear just a plain scale on both mouthpieces. You're going to hear the classical setup first, followed immediately by the jazz setup. And now I'm going to play a bit of music on both mouthpieces. It's going to be exactly the same music at exactly the same speed, and I'm going to try and play those mouthpieces in exactly the same way. I'm not going to try and be influenced by the way that those mouthpieces feel. Again, you're going to hear the classical setup followed immediately by the jazz setup. And now I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I'm going to see if I can make the jazz mouthpiece sound more classical. So I'm going to change the way that I approach in playing this mouthpiece. So this is the jazz mouthpiece, but I'm going to try and make it sound more classical. And then I'm going to swap things round. So I'm going to play the classical mouthpiece, but I'm going to attempt to play it in a more jazzy way. So this is the classical mouthpiece playing the same music, but I'm going to try and push that classical mouthpiece to sound more jazzy. And finally, I'm going to push these mouthpieces in the direction that they were actually designed for. So I'm going to make that jazz mouthpiece sound as jazzy as I can. And now the classical mouthpiece as classical as I can. And to close the segment of this video, let's hear a few of those sounds alongside each other so you can really hear the difference in the sound qualities of the mouthpiece and also how the approach to playing them can change the sound. this should hopefully demonstrate is that the setup, in this instance the mouthpiece and reed change, makes quite a significant difference in the sound, even when I tried to play those mouthpieces in the same way. Another thing it highlighted was that my approach to playing these mouthpieces actually changes when I want to get a different sound, and that is a whole other video to make. Today was all about showing you how the setup can make a difference, and hopefully answered any questions you had about what a different mouthpiece actually makes to the sound. My advice when choosing a mouthpiece is decide on what kind of sound you want to make and then find the mouthpiece that suits that. Another suggestion is take a friend when choosing a mouthpiece, or ask other musicians what they think. A second opinion or a recording of yourself playing is a fantastic way to help you make a decision. Thanks so much as always for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and get over to my website chrisjolly.com and subscribe to my mailing list, where I will be sending out some free educational material in the next few weeks and months. Finally, I know mouthpiece, reed and ligature discussions can throw up a lot of questions, so if you have any, please do ask away in the comments and let's get that conversation going.